We just had some very deep conversations with the cast of Life of Pi. Includes something that we're not gonna find anywhere else, right? So I have Pi here. How do you feel about performing in Dallas?
I am so happy to be in Dallas. Actually, next to where I grew up in Kentucky, Dallas has the most family and family friends of mine almost anywhere in the country.
Really?
So I have so many people, family that is here in Dallas that will get to see the show, and yeah, I'm so excited to bring this here for 2 weeks. Normally, most cities we're only there for a week at a time, so any place that we get to be for longer than a week, it just gives us more time to enjoy the city.
I bet you are invited to so many carnes asadas or barbecues at friends' houses, right?
I need more, definitely, but
Okay, so I'm gonna go very deep with this question because I know your character has so many emotions that portrays on stage, but personally, I know that you are related to a lot of those emotions, and it has to do with your own story. Can you tell us a little bit what inspires you and why family and your parents are so important on this?
yeah, so in the context of this story, so this is a story of Pai Patel, who is a young boy who grows up in Pondicherry, India, and there's a lot of political unrest that's happening there at the time, and so his father makes the very hard decision to uproot their entire life, which he runs a zoo, and they pack up all of the animals, all of the family, and they get on a ship and sail across the Pacific Ocean to seek a better life for themselves in Canada. That's kind of where the story really begins. And of course, that story of immigration, is one that I am very tied to because I'm the child of immigrants. And especially now in the state of the country that we're in, where immigration is a huge, if not one of the biggest issues in this country, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. So I think the beautiful part about doing this show is that I think it's really reminded me so much about just the humanity that is involved with taking such a big risk and leap to seek a better life, and the lengths that people will go to try and find a better life for themselves and their family. And I have such a deep reverence and appreciation for my own family, my parents, their journey, my aunts, my uncles, and so many others. This is so many people's story that they'll get to see reflected. And it's just, this story itself is a story of tragedy and survival and resilience. And for the people that are watching this that are feeling very doubtful and struggling to find hope in the state of things, I think this will be a very important story to see, to remind ourselves of why do we need to still have belief? Why do we need to stay strong? Where do we pull that strength from? And so in addition to the show being just a beautiful, a magical, wonderful thing, I think at its core, it's also something much deeper that will give us a chance to reflect on. And I hope that the people getting to see this will have a chance to remind themselves of that humanity.
Did anything change on your personal journey with faith after being part of the show?
Yes, actually. So it's really funny. I grew up in Kentucky, and I remember so I grew up in a Muslim family, and in Kentucky, there's not a lot of, diversity necessarily. So there's not a huge Muslim community, but we had a small Muslim community, a small Hindu community, and then I grew up around a lot of Christians at school and stuff, mostly Baptist. And so I found myself very much like Pi, growing up in this trifecta where so many of my closest people, like one of my spiritual mentors, and almost like she's like a second mom to me, is Hindu. So we've had so many great spiritual discussions. And then obviously I grew up in a Muslim family, and then I would go to school where some of my best friends were Christian, and I learned so much about each of these different faiths and why these faiths resonated with them, and what is the truth that they found in that religion that gave them strength and that gave them meaning and understanding. And so for me, getting to play this role of Pi, who is a very full practicing Christian, Hindu, and Muslim, you kind of learn to appreciate you know, the community that I grew up in. And for me, it's made me really, there's this beautiful line in the show that is, choosing doubt as a philosophy of life is like choosing immobility as a mode of transport. It's a beautiful line, and I think it's a reminder to live your life with conviction. Live your life believing in something, truly, that fills you up, that gives you purpose and strength and honor. And yeah, I think it's making me want to live a life more. Yeah.
Well, after all these and speaking behind the scenes about the importance of our parents in our life and the sacrifices they do, and after you drop off med school, would you tell your parents, look, it was worth it?
It was absolutely worth it. Assalamu alaikum, Ami Abu. Yeah, I mean, I'm just so happy to be here, and to you, if you're watching this, I owe everything to you, and to all of the other parents out there, to all of my immigrant families, immigrant parents. You know, we can all find very unconventional ways of moving through the world, and to love and to support each other in that journey is such a powerful thing to do. And inshallah, you know, I'm hoping that all of you are well and succeed in all of your different endeavors.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my God.
You gave me
Sweet.
Experience the story with exceptional puppetry in an extraordinary theatrical event not to be missed. Life of Pi, the Tony Award-winning play direct from Broadway. The Wall Street Journal raves it's spectacular and spellbinding. The New York Post cheers moment after moment of theatrical magic. Life of Pi. Experience the global phenomenon in your city. Visit lifeofpibway.com for more information.